almost see the person talking about something that that the artwork is about something that they're learning. And you have a person whose face is like the Janus kind of picture, where you have the person looking forward and the person looking backward, and there's words over the top of it saying thinking for a change. And you have conflict and new ways to think and that aha moment, and then it says things control behavior underneath it, and on the inside there's this whole cycle, I think, that kind of goes on. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what that cycle is, Jeff.
Absolutely. The Thinking for Change is a program that we offer all of our participants, and it's a cognitive behavioral program that addresses criminogenic thinking patterns, negative thoughts that we might be having, and it offers us the opportunity to look at a situation in 2 or 3 different ways to help give us that forethought that, okay, if this is the decision I want to make, is that going to serve me well? And if not, what's another way I could look at this? So I think that's what the cycle inside the person's head is if I make this decision, am I creating more issues for myself, or is this my aha moment that this might actually work for me and it's different than what I may have done in the past?
And that aha moment is like kind of like relating to the previous one. It's the light that goes off in your head.
Yes.
Yeah. It's the epiphany, in the words of us theologians, right? It's it's the star that the wise men follow when they come to the Christ child. So it makes that come alive, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does.
So we have a few others that I wanted to look at. There are more sketch types of things, and this one is of is this a child, or is this a young adult, or
yes, a child.
A child sitting on a beach looking at the surf. This reminds me of my daughter. My daughter, I have this picture of my daughter where she's looking at the surf and seeing how big the ocean is in front of her, and you know, just filled with wonder, and perhaps you can even hear this picture if you were to see it. It almost you can hear the surf coming in and hear the waves hitting the shore, and I thought this was yet another great scene of like the first one that we saw of what freedom can occur even in the midst of confinement. So, any thoughts about that? Like, are there?
I was looking at the surf as all of the unlimited options available as we look forward into our lives, or look into the horizon at the surf coming at us. And the different heights and waves that might be splashing on the shore or on the rock or beach that we're sitting on, that we have unlimited choices, and it's the choices we make which will help sail us to the next point in our lives.
Yeah. Well, and we also know that in theology, right, Greg?
Yes.
We know that what happens on the ocean.
Yes, but I was also looking at this, and this is an individual that's sitting there with all of the elements of earth around them, but they are not with anybody else. They are alone. And I'm not going to tell you what the artist was thinking, but it speaks a great deal about, you know, you put an individual in a painting or an art piece by themselves, and it speaks volumes about what's happening in that piece.
Well, and the next one that we have is it's spoons and forks and bowls and cups and a table. This is it's very well done as far as knowing the symmetry and the way that it works together. It's a black and white piece. It's just so normal, right? It's something that it's almost like how we set the table on a Sunday morning, or it looks like breakfast is being served or something like that.
looking at this particular piece, here again, trying to humanize the people who are either incarcerated or returning. A lot of times we only see the person for what they've done. We only see the crime. We don't see where they've come from. We don't see that they are part of a family. We don't see that they had a home. We don't see any of those things. And so something like this sets that up to say, you know, they have family. They've come from family. They have a home. What's in this picture comes out as what's in them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I love that picture for that reason. And the next one, I love this one too, because it's another piece of childhood almost, that somebody remembered what it looked like to be a firefly inside of a jar. And that light comes on and there's a person outside, but you know, because this is somebody in prison, are they the firefly? Or are they the person on the outside looking at the person on the inside? Or maybe we're the people on the outside looking at the firefly, because we're seeing the light of art and the light of beauty, and seeing a transformation of the world in that way. I love this picture. This is a great one, and people can see this on October 2nd.
Yes.
At the downtown center.
Yes.
Right.
The downtown center. We will be starting at 4:30. With the art show, and roughly 5:30 we will have a reception on the second floor, welcoming everyone that is visiting, and then shortly thereafter from 6:30 until 8 o'clock we will have a keynote speaker, Dr. Alana Gunn, a brand new social work professor at the university, will be speaking.
And that conversation will deal with the various aspects and boundaries that people who are returning from prison and jail have to overcome. Really unfolding the challenges that they face, humanizing the individuals. Yes, there are services that are available, but even with those services, there are challenges that they have to overcome, challenges that they face every day. For instance, one of the things that sparked the Cornerstone Group's interest in this is that in Endicott, persons are transplanted to Endicott, whether they're from jail or prison, and they have to get to Binghamton for services. There are no social services for them in Endicott, and so that for us was a real issue. How are they going to be successful if they have this challenge right off the bat?
Right.
They have no transportation. Some have family, some don't have family, and so if they're not able to meet their caseworker in a timely manner, if they're not able to get to social services to get their needs met, then that's insurmountable obstacle that they have to face and overcome. And so what we were looking at on the second is helping the service providers also be a little more sensitive, but also including the conversation is the community, helping the community understand the boundaries as well as some of the services that are available and that persons that are reentering society have access to.
And so people can see these October 2nd at the downtown center at the downtown center, and it starts at 4:30.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Well, I wanted to show this last drawing, which again, just like the last one, I love this picture, and it has to do with the fact that I lost my dog recently, but. Here you have a person who's riding on a horse, a man riding on the horse. It looks like he's got like that kind of handlebar mustache kind of thing, and I almost view him as the cowboy from The Big Lebowski. He's got that kind of look about him. He's got like a leather chaps on and the whole 9 yards. He's on the back of a horse, but on his lap, and he's cradling this dog, and he's got his hand on top of the dog's head. It's really a tender picture, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I love this picture just because it shows that any of the pictures that you have of folks that are in prison are as hardened criminals, kind of kind of falls down, doesn't it? Many of them are tender. Many of them have deep emotions, deep feelings, and they try to communicate it somehow. And this one, they communicate it through their pencil and pen, you know. And I find that that to me really does speak about the ability of folks to change, doesn't it?
I see a lot in this picture of the dog. The dog looks happy. The dog, I mean, you almost see a smile on the dog's face. The cowboy's hand is on the back of his head petting him. And that could be an expression of being taken care of or needing that emotional connection with someone just to feel that want and need to be met. And perhaps if the artist were the cowboy, it would be expressing how they have the ability to take care of or assist somebody else to show that emotional side.
Well, and that's an important thing for us to be able to do, not only just for folks in prison, but for any of us to be able to express that emotion. And there's a lot of vulnerability in this too, isn't there?
It is.
I think it takes it a step further to go on with that, is that the person is a person, and we should be looking at them as a person and not their crime. Right. People make mistakes, people do their time, and then they're released back into society, and we want to help make that a little bit better for them. Right. When you are released, you're released with the clothes on your back, perhaps an extra set, and a few dollars in your pocket. And how can we make it if there's not someone there to help us, if we don't have a family, if we don't have that emotional connection?
Yep.
How do we make that?
Well, and it's been great for us to be able to talk about these things today and to be able to give a little bit of information out to our viewers about the various things that are going on. Thanks for being on Encounter today.
Well, very well.
Yeah, that's it.